First off, we're all about tricking people into working with us. So that falls right in line. A lot of us in here, I'm sure, are creating content and would like to get more eyeballs on our content. Yes? Who's in on that? Okay. So these are things that we've done to be everywhere. Being everywhere, they call it in the marketing world being omnipresent. So basically, having your message show up everywhere your customers are when they show up in those places. And to win that be everywhere game, content is king. You guys have to be producing content. And then when you produce that content and get it in front of those people, you'll no longer require an introduction. Like Sam was saying, like, when you start producing more content and getting out there more, when you show up to listing appointments, they're already going to feel like they know you. When you go to networking events, they're already going to know you because of the content that you're putting out and how you're getting that message out there. So the idea is to become a magnet and have the business come to you. No longer need to fight for the business. Gary Vee says, in today's business world, if you're not putting out relevant content in relevant places, you don't exist. So let that sink in for a minute. You want to get your content out in as many places as possible. Neil Patel, who's one of the most respected data nerds in the internet marketing space, he's got a great website you should check out as well. He said there's two critical parts to your content model. Number one, creating content that provides value. Not the, like Dean was saying, the just solds and the this and the that. Stuff that really adds value to people, and ideally entertaining, engaging, or something that they'll learn from it. Remember, content marketing without marketing is just content. Who here has put up a piece of content and it just collected dust? It didn't get any eyeballs, any engagement, right? We've all been there. So the idea is not to keep creating more and more and more content, but to get better at marketing the content that you're already creating. Spend less time creating more and more time marketing and promoting the valuable content you already have. The name of the game is repurposing everything. You guys can literally repurpose every piece of content you create to be multiple other pieces of content to share in other places. So how do you get more eyeballs on your content? Well, here's 27 hacks for getting more traffic, more eyeballs. That's a guy drinking from a fire hose because I'm just going to run through super fast. And it's basically don't get overwhelmed and try to feel like you have to do all of these things, because doing all of these things requires a big team. But pick the few things that you can implement, the low-hanging fruit, the ones that would be easy, the ones that best fit the type of content you create. So if you like video content versus blog writing or versus Instagram type stuff, there's all different ways to do it. And the key to remember is that, like Sam said, hire people to help. Me and Sam don't personally do any of this stuff. We have virtual assistants and team members that we've hired to handle this stuff for us. So that's all out there. On the note of VAs, one of the sites we really work well with is Upwork. You can basically find contractors for anything. There's just a search bar. You could say WordPress or blog or video editor or whatever, and you'll just have hundreds of options. Yeah?
Can you say what it was called again?
Upwork. That's UPWORK. Upwork. And when you're on there, you can filter because there's a lot of people are overseas and they test them on English. They give them all sorts of other professional tests. So you can filter people by how well they speak English. If it's something like picking up someone to answer phone calls, stuff like that, where a video editor, it's maybe not so much important that they speak great English, but they've got to pass those tests. And they're all ranked, so it's super easy to go through and find those. So, number one, this is the Adroll hack. Is anybody in here using Adroll right now? Just one. Awesome. So this is one of my all-time favorite, yeah, Wes?
Can I assume these are going to go on to the Winner's Circle Facebook page?
Yeah, I'll upload the presentation in the group so you guys will have access to that too. Yep. So Adroll is amazing because what it does is it allows you to advertise your message on much bigger sites. So for example, this is the CNN website. And I've gotten multiple calls, and so has Sam, from our dads and random friends. They're like, oh my God, I'm on the whatever CNN website and I'm seeing ads for Big Block Realty. Like, how much are you guys spending to get those ads on there? And the reality is they're dirt cheap because it's basically a retargeting method. So you don't want to pay necessarily for cold traffic, which is a lot more expensive. You want to drop a pixel on your website and all of your other pages where you post content, anything that you're doing online, drop one of these pixels. And now anybody that hits that message, you can now follow them around the internet on these major sites for like pennies on the dollar. It's a pay-to-play site, but in comparison to all the other stuff right now, it's still dirt cheap. And the credibility you get from showing up on sites like this, we've had our ads show up on everywhere. The North Face website, surfline.com, CNN, Fox, Entrepreneur, Forbes, all that kind of stuff. And then as you start to build those, that's just major social proof for you. And it's something that's really easy to do for not a lot of money. Next is the Snippet hack. So this is a really cool link shortening tool that basically you can either put your own content in or you can curate really good content from other places. And when you post the link, it adds a little thing down there at the bottom, which I highlighted in yellow, where you can put any call to action you want. So like this is a New York Times post, the 10 best New York City neighborhoods for families. And you could post that in there. Let's say that was a San Diego post, right? You could say, if you're interested in learning more about San Diego real estate, click here to talk to me. So now any content that you curate from like great sites, which we've all found really awesome posts, right, that we didn't write. And so you can either rip off and duplicate and do it yourself, put it on your own site and go that route, or you can simply use Snippet to take the link, put it in there, it shortens it, it adds that call to action on there, and now all of a sudden you're able to attach your message to any piece of content that's out there, which is huge. Curate great content, get clicks, yeah. So the share bar hack, this is another super easy one. If you guys are using WordPress, which you should if you're not, they have a ton of great plugins for your website. This one is called, what's it called? Social Snap. And all it does is it adds this little bar next to every piece of content that you put on your site. So it just makes it easy for people to one-click share your stuff. So now if you have a good a neighborhood post, or like Regina's doing tons of content around neighborhood stuff, which a lot of you are also doing, now all of a sudden it gets a lot easier for those people to share. They can email it to friends, they can pin it, Facebook it, tweet it, LinkedIn it, whatever. You can basically choose what shows up there. But really easy way to get more shares. The easier you can make it for people to share, the more shares you're gonna get, the more likes, the more clicks. Time post hacking. So this is like probably one of the easiest ones that I'm gonna put up. Basically, if you go to Sprout Social, they have all sorts of data on when the best time to post is on every one of the networks. So like this one was from last year, and Thursday at 1 p.m. looks like the best time to post, and this is for Facebook. So now you know if I can time my posts for Thursday around 1 o'clock, you're just naturally gonna get more engagement because there's more users that are active at that time. Make sense? Cool. Any questions on that so far? Good. SlideShare hack. So this is another super easy one. It's a huge network. They have 10 million unique visitors a month, and it's one of the top 150 websites in the world. Who's never even heard of SlideShare? See, most of you. So this is a huge platform. It's owned by LinkedIn now, and it's becoming more credible every day in terms of the type of content and the presentations. It's basically for PowerPoint presentations and stuff like that that you can upload. But the way that you leverage it is you can hire a VA to, I think that's on the next slide. So how to take advantage of SlideShare. So what we'll do is we hire a VA on Upwork that will take either a video that we've done or a blog post that we've written, and hint, it doesn't have to be a blog post that you've written, as long as you kind of, when they send it back to you, kind of go through it and make it your own a little bit. but you take these presentations, you turn it into a PowerPoint, the virtual assistant will literally do it all for you. All you have to do is send them a link to either the content or the video, and they'll be able to turn it into a really beautiful PowerPoint presentation. And now you can take that presentation, post it on SlideShare with links back to your content. Free way to get extra traffic. Questions?
Any idea on cost on that?
Free. Yeah, it's my favorite price. So multiple post hack. I think we were just talking about this. I don't remember who it was at lunch that we were just talking about this, but can you post the same piece of content more than once? Who thinks no? Who thinks yes? Good. So yes, you can post things multiple times. Yeah, but doesn't that annoy people if you do that? Yes, if you do it in a very short amount of time or in an obvious way, but as long as you space out the messages and change the copy, like for example, we do it all the time, or if you have a business partner or a team member, they can also help with this. Like we'll post one video today, let's say it's a winner circle video or something that we produce after this. Like I'll post it next week, and then we'll set a calendar reminder for like 30, 60, 90 days down the road for Sam to post it, and then another 30, 60 days down the road, someone else on the team will post it. And so you get to keep on posting your content, so you just get more leverage without having to create more content. This works especially good on sites that move really fast, like Twitter. Twitter, the average lifespan of a tweet is 18 minutes. So like Twitter, you can basically just hit over and over and over and over again, try different hashtags each time and just change up the copy and just keep sending the same link to the same video, same blog post, all that kind of stuff. But you can really get a lot of extra traffic without having to do any extra content just by posting your stuff more. So Facebook has a couple cool ad features. I know a lot of you are doing Facebook ads. A lot of you still aren't. I know Ryan Lipsey does a really good job with this first one, but basically you can take your content, post it on your Facebook business page, drive really cheap traffic to it by opening it up to international. So now you can get like video views for like 1 or 2 cents a view. You can get that's a video, I guess. So same thing with blog posts. You can get likes, you can get all this engagement for really cheap, and then do that before you share it to your main profile. So now all of a sudden you're posting a piece of content that already has a bunch of engagement on it, and that always leads to more engagement, right? Like you go and someone posts a video and it has like 26 views, you're probably not gonna watch it. But if it has like 25,000 views, then all of a sudden you're a lot more interested, right? So it's a really easy way to rack up the views, the clicks, the comments, the likes before you share it to your main page. And that's just simply by going down, clicking boost, and then sharing it to your page once you juice it up. And you can, like I said, do international targeting, open it up to the whole world. Because if you try to do USA, it's a lot more expensive, but for views, who really cares where it comes from? It's really just about getting more views, so it's more credible once you share it. The second Facebook one is retargeting. So retargeting is an awesome feature inside of Facebook and outside of Facebook. So you can retarget people that come to your website, come to your blog, come to any of your other pages, and then retarget them with Facebook ads. It's much cheaper than buying cold traffic, and it's a lot more effective because they already know who you are, they know your message, they've already engaged a little bit. And then what we like to do is view retargeting. So if you can, like Ramona's doing a lot of videos in Ramona about, what's one that you've done recently?
We did London Bakery.
London Bakery. So she goes in, she tries the food, she does all the stuff. I'm sure you guys have seen how those work. But now you can run ads to those, and you can say, anyone that watches 50% or more of this video, I want to retarget them with another video, or I want to retarget them with a call to action. So now you're only paying to show your message to people that have watched 50% or more of your video. And you can set it to 70%, 80%, whatever. So that way you're getting you're you're recycling your traffic for really like pennies on the dollar, because it's not expensive right now to advertise videos on Facebook, and it's almost nothing to retarget your viewers on Facebook with more videos and more ads. What's up?
And your
Zap.
V8 does all of the...
So yes, not we don't have a VA for this. We have a media buyer who he's like an agency. He runs a pay-per-click agency, and he's an expert at this stuff. So that, back to what Sam was saying earlier, a lot of times it makes sense to hire the expert. But if you can't hire the expert or don't want to hire the expert, you got to do it yourself. But dude, honestly, man, Facebook makes it so easy. Like, you upload a video, you turn on the ad, you retarget. It's pretty straightforward.
Something that an assistant can do?
Yeah, definitely. And then like there's a million courses on this online. Like digitalmarketer.com offers a great training. So if you have someone on your team, just put them through the training. It's like $100, and then they'll know how to do this stuff. Real simple. Cool. The third one is lookalike audiences. So who here is running lookalike audiences right now? Good, just a very few of you. So lookalike audiences are awesome because you can literally take your best customer, let's say anyone you've sold a house to in the last 2 years, you can put them into Facebook. Facebook's algorithm, which is 10 times smarter, probably even a million times smarter than all of us in here combined, Facebook is gonna go and look for people that match that person or those people, and they look at like 680 data points and all this crazy stuff, and they'll create a lookalike audience for you. So now you're advertising to people that are very similar to the people that are already your ideal customer.
They're only 1% different.
1% different. So you guys can see that can be really powerful, because you can do that with your customer list, your sphere of influence. You can do it with people that are watching your videos. So if you're getting a lot of engagement on one of your videos, run a lookalike audience and run that video to more people that are just like those people that are already watching the video.
Does it cost like a boost?
Yeah, it's cheap. It's really cheap.
Is that in your business page?
Inside Facebook Ads Manager, yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, there's just a section for lookalike audiences. So Pinterest hacking, this is one we're starting to get a little bit more into, because like he said, we study a lot of the top gurus in marketing, and they're getting a lot of success with this. Start a business page. You can see right here, this is the Cascade Real Estate team. They're getting 35,800 viewers a month just on this board. And basically put your bio in there, add your keywords so it's really easy to find you, and then add a pin it button to your website, which is also really easy to do. Now everything becomes pinnable. People can add it on Pinterest, and you're just rolling the traffic on top of itself, and it's another source for just more free traffic. Oh yeah, one thing on Pinterest that we found really interesting, and again, Sprout Social is a great resource, but 23% more pins by pinning pictures without someone's face in it. I don't know why, but you can have people in it, just not their faces. So I don't know why that is, but it is, so we just try to model it. The influencer hack. So this is a great way to put yourself in places with other famous people, local experts, market leaders in your area, all that kind of stuff. Before you publish a new piece of content, the idea would be to reach out to a bunch of influencers or people that would be relevant to reach out to get a quote. And now you get a quote, ask if they'll provide it, and then put it in your post. And one of the best ways, and one of the most highly trafficked posts that we've done in the past with people is it's like a quote mashup. So basically, you can see the picture right here. This is our friend Carrie Schull in the upper right, and she's on so basically, you've got Barbara Corcoran, Grant Cardone, Dan Locke, Dottie Herman, and Carrie Schull. right? So like most of you probably haven't heard of Carrie Schull. Maybe you have because we do a lot of stuff with her, but she's not a huge person, and now she's getting FaceTime next to all these industry experts and looks amazing, and now these are getting published on like Forbes and all of the other places. But leveraging other people's content and quotes and putting your stuff in it is an easy way to create new content, and it's really engaging because chances are all of those people are also sharing the post. So now you're getting access to these huge audiences just by putting together a curated post of people's thoughts and ideas. Two big advantages is you gain new audience, because they'll generally will share it to their audience as well. Once it's done, you just send them the link and let them promote it themselves. And your content becomes more reputable because now you're with industry leaders and you look more like the expert, right? Social proof at its finest. So like, I do a lot of interviews on Founders Club, our podcast, with top people. Like that was Mike Ferry. And I just took Mike Ferry and me, the picture before the interview started. I put a sick quote from the interview we did and I posted it, and they reposted it on their page, and it got us a bunch of traffic just by like creating a simple picture with his quote on it. Again, you want to make it all about them. It's not about you. You just want to fit yourself in there. Does that make sense? How to find influencers. BuzzStream is a great resource. It's a website you just go to, you type in your keyword, whatever it looks, whatever it is, and you'll find a bunch of influencers and people in that space that you can reach out to. It has all their contact information and everything, but that's an easy way to find those people. Promoted tweets. So like Twitter just about a year ago rolled out their paid ads. Right now they're dirt cheap. Because who's on Twitter anymore? Not a lot of people. But it's an easy way to get your message out there to low cost. You can target any hashtag you want. So if you did like San Diego real estate, whatever it is, whatever your market is, or if you're in short sales or you're an investor, you want to do flips, whatever it is, and you can just run promoted posts around it for a few bucks and you'll get a ton of free traffic that way. Well, not free, but cheap. Tinder. So I kind of put this one as a joke, but more I just want you guys to think outside of the box. Like Travelocity put the gnome on Tinder and like it blew up, and they started the Be My Gnomey contest. So basically anyone that swiped right or whatever the hell you do on Tinder, I'm married so I don't know, you could connect with the gnome. They would reach out afterwards with just a quick contest, and you could win like a dream vacation on how you would be cool with the gnome. So only reason I put that on there, not that I think you guys can use Tinder, but like it's a funny way to just get outside of the box and not market the same way everyone else is. Because like if you were on Tinder and you saw the gnome, you'd probably trip out. Like I know I would. But the point is, you can't be too creative when it comes to this stuff. There's tons of traffic sources out there. TikTok, that's another one. TikTok, in my opinion, isn't quite there yet, but it is gaining a lot of ground. I would be worried about Instagram coming in and just swiping the rug out. But what I would say, at least at this point, is go on, sign up, get your screen name. That way you lock it down, and if it does become a thing, you'll already be there, you'll already be set up. The best content on there is just really quick videos. So you could do like 5 things you need to know about selling your house or whatever it is. Do all 5 as a separate short video and then put them all together on TikTok. But again, we're not heavy on there yet. Most of the people we talk to are bullish on it, but are really waiting to be seen just because of what happened with Snapchat. They got the rug pulled out from under them, and now not too many people are on it anymore. But at the very least, get on there, reserve your screen name. So this is the old school hack. We like a lot of old school hacks because a lot of people aren't doing these anymore. They're looking for like what's new, what's hot, what's the newest thing. According to Campaign Monitor, you're 6 times more likely to get a click from an email campaign than a social media post. So once you finish a new piece, send it out to your list. Or if you have a newsletter or anything that you're already doing, just incorporate it in there. What we do a lot is we'll change our signature line in our emails. Hey, check out our new video on this, or check out this new blog post we did on this. That's an easy way to just keep keep pushing it out there. Bonus tip on the emails is any legit email sending software is going to let you go into the analytics. You can look at everyone that has not opened the email, and you can resend them the same email just with a different subject line. So that's been a great way to scrape extra traffic for us, because the first time, we usually get a 30% open rate on our emails, which is pretty good. But it doesn't matter what your open rate is. You take that 30%, you carve them out, you do a new subject line, you resend to the 70% that are remaining, and you'll usually get another 10 to 20% that'll click that second time.
You heard of BombBomb?
BombBomb Video, yep.
Their click-through rate is like over 80%.
Yeah, that's true.
And when you add video to email, the click-through rate increases by 96%.
Love it.
Huge.
Yeah, video email is something we're going to be doing a ton of this year. He recommended BombBomb, which is a great tool.
What I like about it is that you can brand it, so it frames your video and has your branding around it.
Yep.
So it's like a business card with a video in the middle.
Yeah.
And it tracks all the analytics.
Yep.
You get mad analytics. Immediate messages come in when they open it. They tell you how long they watched it.
Yep.
So you could even start analyzing what videos are being engaged with.
Yep.
Hit them up.
Yep, exactly. And those are good for like happy birthday videos or congratulations on closing videos. Like BombBomb's a great tool because you just go, you can do it on your phone, shoot a 60-second video, shoot out the emails, and now you're getting tons of traffic and clicks. Great tip, thanks Walter. Hacking question and answer forums. So there's tons of forums out there and question answer sites that already exist, like Quora, Yahoo Answers, Zillow Answers, Bigger Pockets. There's all these communities that already exist where people go to find answers to their questions. The easiest way to get eyeballs on your content is to go there, provide answers to their questions, and then provide a link back to your content. The key about these sites is to not be spammy. If you're just like, hey, look at my link, hey, look at my link, like they're gonna blackball you and you're gonna get no love. But if you go on there and you legitimately ask their question and then you follow it up with something like I have at the bottom, like, hey, great question, here's my thoughts, here's what I would do, blah, 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 blah. By the way, if you'd like more information on this topic, I put together an in-depth video, post, podcast, whatever, here's the link. So now you're adding value, you're answering questions, and you're getting links back to your content. Free, easy, and tons of value if you're doing this correctly. So the content multiplier hack. So again, we're all about repurposing everything we do. We don't want to just keep creating more and more and more and more and get lost in that. We want to really leverage what we've already done and get more out of it. So how much juice can you get out of every squeeze? And the content multiplier hack is really easy because you can leverage multiple formats. For example, you can use a tool like Lumen 5 to take any blog post that either you've written or you've found that you really like. You run it through Lumen 5, it'll automatically create a video for you. It's like extremely easy to edit, it's very user friendly, and you can bang out videos really fast. That's just an easy way. So now you've got a blog post that you've already done, you run it through Lumen 5, it creates a video, now you can put that on YouTube, you can put that in your other places, post it on social media, it just keeps the ball rolling and leverages the stuff that you've already done even further. On that same front, do it the opposite way. Take your videos and run them through an audio ripping service, which is, there's tons of them out there, they're dirt cheap. And you can also run it through Rev. But now you can take those videos, you can pull out all the text, and again, this doesn't have to be your videos. It could be an amazing video that Tom Ferry shot or whatever on real estate training that we could take, we could run it through there, we could repurpose it, and now it's our training, right? So simple way to get a lot of juice out of every squeeze. And like I said, Rev is awesome because it's $1 a minute for the transcriptions. Also, if you guys are in like a Spanish market or any other languages, you can get foreign subtitles put on your videos for just a couple bucks. So that's like a real easy way to leverage your content into new markets. Any questions on those? No? Got it? Cool. So snippets hacking. So this comes back to the multi-purposing of everything. You want to take every piece of content you have and turn it into some snippets. So snippets could be anything that's just short and easy. So it could be like a quick clip out of one of your longer videos, like 30 to 60 seconds. It can be quotes from your content. It can be images from your content with a quote on top of it. There's softwares out there that will turn blog posts into infographics, screenshots, audios, PDFs, and all the other stuff that we talked about. And then upload those and link all that back to your original content. Make sense? Just keep rolling it. Roll those eyeballs as far as you can. Snippet distribution. So the easiest way, because a lot of people are like, oh man, I don't want to post to all these sites. Use a tool like Buffer or Deliver It. They're great tools. Now you can easily calendar and distribute all your content really easy, all your short snippets. So you have one blog post or video, you turn that into 10 small snippets, you just upload that into Buffer, it'll shoot them to all your social media sites, and even the ones you don't use, right? Because like everyone pretty much uses Facebook and Instagram, but like how often are you really on LinkedIn? How often are you really on Twitter and all that other stuff? But they all have huge audiences and they're easy to tap into if you use a tool like Buffer, and that way your LinkedIn profile is always getting updated, you're always posting content, and all that other stuff. Zap.
So question, you just mentioned how maybe on Instagram and Facebook a lot, but not on LinkedIn or Twitter a lot.
Yeah.
I find that, and I don't know if anyone else has a problem, I'm not on LinkedIn a lot because I'm not looking for a job.
Yeah.
So I'll go to LinkedIn every now and then and I'll have some message that someone sent me 4 days ago or 3 days ago that's a legitimate real estate question, or hey man, my cousin wants to move. I saw this video that you helped someone buy a house in Chula Vista. They said they want to move to Chula Vista. So how do you keep track of these different platforms that people could be sending you messages to?
VAs.
Okay.
Or team members.
Turn on your notifications.
Or notifications.
I mean, that's a lot of notifications.
I know, I turned off all my notifications. I don't literally want to see anything. Yeah.
Your assistant.
Okay.
Yeah, just make sure someone has eyes on it, right? Like you don't, and you could have a virtual assistant do that for like $500 a month. Just give them access to all your profiles. Hey, if anything comes in, shoot me an email or whatever you like, a text, a screenshot, whatever, and then you can just log in and you can pick those up. So social bookmarking, this is another place that's really easy to get free traffic and really easy to drop your content in. A lot of people, when they're searching for stuff, they'll go to these social bookmarking sites. It's really easy to create a profile on them and start posting. Some of the bigger ones are StumbleUpon, which is now transitioning to Mix.com, Dig, and Pocket. And these are just sites where you can create a profile, post your content, right? So back to your VA, posting everywhere. Just have them go in there and you can just curate a list of all your videos, blog posts, pictures, any of that kind of stuff. So hacking social media groups, this is something we've really been focusing a lot on in the last year. You can go deep on these, and the thing is there's so many groups out there that already exist. So just start by finding one that already exists, joining, and starting to add value. And it's the same way as the question and answer sites. You don't want to go in there and just start spamming your links because you'll get kicked out of the group super fast. But go in there, be engaging, and naturally suggest your content, and you can get a ton of free traffic from that. Like for us, we're pretty active in lab coat agents, and then we also acquired Real Closers, the Facebook group. So that has 70,000 members in it. That's now our group. That's something that one of our mentors, Roland, taught us, and he's really good at going and acquiring media assets like groups, meetup groups, all the different pages. And you can go and you'll be amazed. You could find a group with 5,000, 10,000 people in it where the person just is tired of running it, or they don't know how to monetize it, and you could either buy it off them for not a lot of money, or you can just offer to partner with them. But there's a lot of different scenarios in which you can acquire these groups and now make yourself the admin, and now you have full control over the group.
This lady I'm doing consulting for, real estate agent, got into the business 3 years ago, brand new to the business. All she did was start being active in mommy Facebook groups in her local market. and did, I want to say 62 transactions her first year just by being a mommy advocate in the mommy groups. Like, she's in there, she's adding value, she's creating content, not even talking about real estate because people know that she's a real estate agent. So she's paying to be a sponsor of the group. But if you have a group that you're interested in owning, if I told you what we bought that thing for out of pocket, you would fall out of your chair. And I'm happy to help you negotiate and structure that deal.
Yeah, like I said, there's so many people that are tired of it. Like, they started a mommy group, maybe their kids grew up and they're not interested in it anymore, and you can come in and acquire these groups for next to nothing. There's wine clubs, there's neighborhood clubs, there's surfing clubs, there's any foodie clubs, yeah. Any of that kind of stuff. And they're real easy to find on Facebook. Just type into the bar. I just typed in North County, San Diego, and there's tons of just North County groups. There's neighborhood groups for almost every neighborhood out there. But great way to get in. Just start by adding value and posting content and participating. But again, if you can come in and take over the group or do some sort of a swap deal, that could really crush. Like, then you can own these groups, meetup groups, and all that kind of stuff to push your message. And not just Facebook, LinkedIn groups are also a gold mine. They're very under the radar, but like, you can go in and just type in same type of thing. So this is an Inman group about real estate, the real estate investment group. There's 1031 exchange groups, short sale groups, mommy groups, every kind of group under the sun. So just find the ones that speak to you and what type of content you want to produce, and just join those groups and start participating. The team member reward hack. So everyone in here has team members that you guys should be leveraging to help promote your content and your company. Just remember, offer a reward and make it fun. So now people want to go in and help you promote. So for example, with us, most of you know we do the big block banner contest, right? It's $100 to whoever wins each month. And we've gotten so many of these crazy pictures from all over the world, and they're like amazing. And now we can use these in our marketing, and it's just a cool way to get really authentic content. And hopefully some of you guys will post from here. What's that?
It could be videos.
It could be videos too. Ask Erica. That's right. That's right. I remember that.
And boomerang.
Yeah, we should. But anyway, the point is, engage your team, make it fun. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to give away a Rolls Royce or anything. Just think of something fun that will motivate people. It could also be, we have another friend of ours that has a brokerage. He just has a points system. So you could say, hey, every Facebook post you engage with, you get 1 point. Every this, you get another point. And just make it like a fun point system. And at the end of the month, whoever has the most points can win a prize, or however you want to do it. But you can create rewards for sharing content, and you can also create rewards for people creating content. So if you have team members that like to write, and maybe you don't like to write, work out a deal where they're incentivized to create blog posts for you, or create community videos, any of that kind of stuff. It's really about connecting people with what they like to do and then rewarding them for helping you out. So tribe hacking, this is another one where you can get together with lots of people that have a similar agenda. You can check a site called Triber. It makes it really easy to find people. And what it does is it basically puts everyone together. If you join a tribe, and you have to request to get in, but it's basically a group of content creators with a similar agenda that all will work with each other to promote each other's content. So if you have a tribe of like 20 people, and everyone agrees that, hey, when I post a new YouTube video, we're gonna watch it, we're gonna like it, we're gonna leave a comment, and we're gonna share it somewhere if it makes sense. Now, it's easy to find those people because you just join one of these tribes, and by leveraging each other's audiences, you can increase your social reach a lot. So just a cool way to connect with people. The YouTube share bar hack, most people don't do this, and it's like one of the easiest things you can do when you upload a new video. And you can see right here, every video underneath it has this share button. So you just push the share button, and then this pops up, and it'll share to every one of these sites. I think if you keep clicking, there's more. Some of them are like Russian and Chinese. Like, we signed up for accounts on all of them, and every time we post a new video, we have our person that uploads it go in there. They just click each one of those straight from YouTube natively, and now YouTube loves that because it looks like you're getting a lot of shares right away when you upload a new video, which their algorithm likes, and they'll present it to more people. So the more likes, comments, and shares you can get right out the gate, the quicker your content will move. Make sense? So do that. It's very easy.
Even if it's not native to Facebook, I thought they like penalize you a little bit.
Say that another way?
If it's not native to like Facebook or Instagram.
So, oh yeah, good question, good distinction. So I wouldn't, when you put Facebook, I wouldn't do that to like my personal page. I would do it to my business page. So that's an easy way to keep them separate. And then I would natively post the content on my personal page. Cool? Yeah. Any other questions on that? Very easy, please do it, super easy. So engagement group hacking, there's a ton of engagement groups out there. This is similar to Triber, but more offline. Every platform has them. It's just, again, people that agree to, if it's on Instagram, hey, every time someone posts, we agree that we're gonna like, comment, and whatever on every post, and everyone kind of helps each other. So it's mutually beneficial for everyone in the group to share. If you don't do it, what you say you're going to do, they'll kick you out of the group though. So make sure if you agree to like people's stuff and comment that you're actually doing it, or someone on your team is actually doing it, so you can stay in those. Most of those groups live on apps like Slack and WhatsApp. You can also find smaller Facebook groups that are engagement groups. But basically just go and Google topic engagement group and you'll find them. You can find a lot of them on Instagram too, just by going through the hashtags. So if you see someone's account that's on one of the hashtags that you're trying to go after, that's a great way to connect with them. As long as you have similar size followings, most people are open to.
What would be the Instagram hashtag that you would search for to find those people?
What I'm saying is whatever hashtag you're going after.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So if there's a hash, and you see that like 10 people are dominating the feed, like they're all, it's all these 10 accounts, I would message all those 10 accounts and say, hey, I'm doing an engagement group, I'd love you to participate. Here's what you have to do, like, comment on everybody's new posts, and then that's an easy way to get them going. You just do them on WhatsApp, and that way you can just say, hey, I just posted a new thing, here's the link, everyone goes there and does their thing. Cool? The other old school hack. So physical touches, we send out a lot of physical mail because to me it's like wide open right now. Like people have kind of stopped sending out physical mail. So when people do that, we like to go back into those spaces. It's a really easy way to use, scan here to see what's new. Or you can do custom URLs and just put that on your newsletter. Like for the podcast, I have the best real estate podcast ever.com. So now I can put that on all the different stuff. You guys should all go there now and hit the subscribe button. But now if you use either QR codes are kind of old school, but custom URLs are super easy. And it's a great way to just get more traffic back to what you're doing by leveraging the physical mail that you're already sending out. Make sense? Forum hacking, so this is another one, just like the question and answer site. There's a million forums out there for every topic under the sun. These are great ways to come in, become an expert, show your authority, show your credibility, and add value. So to find good forums, you type in basically what it says there, in title ... forum, plus real estate or plus whatever topic you're looking for, and then Google will just filter out forum results. So now you can easily find forums that are related to what you're trying to do. City Data has a huge real estate forum. Active Rain has a huge real estate forum. There's smaller forums that are like financial planning related, and you can go in there, niche specific like Bigger Pockets, and you can go in there and just, again, add value, don't spam, and just provide links to the stuff that you're working on. Mass syndication, so this is another tool that we love. It's called OnlyWire, onlywire.com. Every time you post a new piece of content, you can one-click it to 20 social media sites like right away. You can schedule everything out. It's just, You can also, they have a WordPress plugin, so when you launch a new blog post, it'll automatically do it without you even having to do anything. It'll just automatically put it in the queue and send it out to all of the other places.
Is it like a native, like again, a native post, or is it saying from OnlyWire?
It's going to say from OnlyWire. So again, I wouldn't do this for your major, the ones that you're most active on, but I would do this on the 19 other ones that you don't use every day, and just to get your message out there. Cool? The backlink outreach. So this is very common in the SEO space. That's one of the best ways to get more traffic to your website is by getting high quality backlinks. The way that you get high quality backlinks, so we've all seen like the hyperlinked text in a blog post, right? So that's considered backlink. You want to find high domain authority websites that you can get backlinks from. The easiest way to do that is write a blog post that, or if you already have one, that you think would be a good match for a specific website, and then do some cold outreach. So we have VAs that are constantly sending emails to people about our 100% commission related blog posts, and we're hoping to get 100 commission real estate as the the hypertext, and that would go back to one of our blog posts, so we can scheme traffic from others. Then you get your VA to send out an email. It's a very low response rate, so don't be discouraged if they're not getting a ton of responses. If you send out 100, you'll probably get 3 to 5 that respond and that are interested. But those 3 to 5 backlinks could be highly valuable if they're on sites where they're getting a lot of traffic and they have high domain authority. And it helps your SEO go through the roof. Like SEO is almost exclusively going to backlinks because people used to game their content. They used to try to stuff keywords in it and all that stuff. And now they've gotten smarter with their algorithms, and they know that you can't really fake backlinks. So they look at backlinks as one of the highest and best ways to determine the quality of a website. So the more backlinks you can get, the higher you're going to rank organically. Retargeting, so we kind of already talked about this a little bit, but you can retarget people to like 5-10 different websites. So as soon as they hit your site, they get pixeled. Now you're building your pixel audience over time, and you can run ads to them forever. And by ads, I mean content or ads with calls to action. And it's an easy way to build up your list. So anytime they hit your site, they're going to go to another site. They're just going to keep seeing your messages. It's like the red pair of shoes, right? You go on Zappos and look at shoes, and then all of a sudden those shoes follow you around the internet. That's just retargeting, and it's literally one piece of code that you just drop on your website. Super easy to do. If you don't know how to do it, just find a millennial. They'll probably be able to figure it out for you. So the content wheel, again, pixel everything, run your content across multiple platforms. The best part about retargeting is it's dirt cheap traffic. Like, you can't get cheaper traffic than retargeting traffic because there's no competition for it. You're basically advertising to an exclusive list, and with pay-per-click, the more people trying to advertise, the higher the price goes. So if you're going after curated audiences, you'll be able to get much cheaper traffic, and then also run that list through a lookalike audience, and you can double your audience right away, and just let Facebook's algorithm help you out.
How often are you updating your audiences in your groups that you're targeting to? Because I understand, like, after a quarter or after a year, you have a much broader audience, and so you need to clean out your master list in Lookalike, right? So how often are you doing that?
Never. The answer is, how often are you cleaning up the list? Never.
Create the new one and then...
Yeah, like you can create more, right? Like if you want to segment, you can segment into different lists when you're retargeting. But as far as like cleaning up the list, it's like an email list. Like, we don't ever clean it up. You're either going to buy or die, or, you know what I mean, or unsubscribe. Yeah. So yeah. We just keep segmenting with new lists. So for example, let's say we start a new campaign, we create a special landing page just for that campaign, we put the retargeting pixel on that page, and now we know that everyone that comes from that is only coming from that one campaign, and we can run different messages to that, or we can just lump them all together and run the same thing to everybody.
Yeah.
Cool?
Yeah.
So the tools for that, Facebook, Marketing 360, the Google Display Network, YouTube, and Adroll, they all have the retargeting stuff built in automatically. So you just go in there and they make it pretty straightforward for you. Again, like we love Adroll. It's so cheap and so easy to do that you can get a ton of traffic. And I don't think we spend more than like $500 a month on it. So it's, and that's for quite a bit of traffic. And then this is the sneaky major publisher hack. So this is another one that's just like Adroll. You can get onto like all of the famous blogs and news sites. It's a service called Outbrain, and you can put other content that's related to the content that they're running. And I'm sure you guys have all seen it down below. Oh yeah, here. So you guys have all seen this at the bottom of blogs, right? Like TMZ, Forbes, Entrepreneur, they have these sponsored stories bars. You can be one of these sponsored stories for very little money. And it's a great way. Now you can get on all these big sites, TMZ, Forbes, whatever it is that is a good match for what you're trying to do, and just run your stuff on there, and you can get dirt cheap ads on there for, yeah.
Do you, or how do you decide what ad you want to put on what? Like, I'm guessing it needs to look different for TMZ than Forbes.
Totally. Trial and error.
Okay.
Just testing, man. Yeah, just testing.
And so what would Big Block want to put on TMZ?
I'm not saying that I would want to be on TMZ, but I sure shit want to be on Forbes. Okay. I want to be on Entrepreneur. I want to be in Fast Company. I want to be on, you know, whatever, Real Estate Magazine, like anything that, anywhere that runs this bar, you can advertise on. So just find what makes sense for you. Like, I don't think TMZ would make sense for you. Unless, what if you did your Gucci Gang rap song video? How many does that have? How many views does that have now?
200-something thousand views.
So, for those of you guys that don't know, he did a Gucci Gang parody. What's that dude's name? Little Xan or Little Pump. Little Pump video, and it has like hundreds of thousands of views, and he's not even in the video. He's just like singing over a bunch of B-roll, and it's corny, but it's amazing at the same time. And you got a ton of traffic off of that. So that could be something you could run on TMZ or whatever, littlepump.com.
You basically apply the same strategy that you mentioned with the Facebook groups, right? Find what you're into.
Exactly, yeah. It's all about curating the list, right? You don't want to just spray and pray. You want to really hone into sites that make sense with whatever your message is. Cool?
Which one's your favorite?
Where was that from? Was that called Outbrain?
Yeah, it's called Outbrain. There's another big one called Taboola. And then those are two other ones, N-Relate and Link Within. I haven't used those two yet, but Outbrain and Taboola are awesome. Cool. The end. Now it's time for you guys to go implement.
Yeah.